Sure. Brendanoconnor.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Brendan. So first, we'll just start off pretty briefly. Tell me a little bit about yourself. If you grew up here, etc., things like that.
Sure. So I was born and raised here in Bozeman, and I spent a lot of my summers as a child living in Yellowstone. Both my parents were Park Service employees inside the park. And then during the off season, my mom drove a school bus for the Belgrade School District. So that's kind of what my childhood looked like, living in Yellowstone in the summers. And then I was here in town for the school year, going to school. And it kind of went that way throughout high school. I graduated from Bozeman High in 2019, and I've worked more jobs in Bozeman than I can count now. Everything from cleaning to replacing windshields. And that's just kind of what my life has looked like leading up to this point. Pretty typical, just like everyone else in Bozeman, bouncing around a lot of jobs, just trying to make it work here.
Also, and you work at MSU, is that right?
Yeah, I work at MSU now.
Gotcha. I'll kind of just dive right into it. Why are you running for mayor of Bozeman?
Sure. So, just like a lot of the community, I'm frankly sick of people like Joey Morrison, who campaign on the idea that they're going to do what's best for the working people of Bozeman. They get into office and then they bend over backwards to please the establishment that the working class people are not happy with. And same goes for Emma Bodie, who of course was appointed and not elected. We're all tired of people like Douglas Fisher, who parachute in out of nowhere through an appointment and then run for higher office using money coming from places like California and Virginia and New York, Massachusetts, and the list goes on. And I felt like I needed to do less complaining and do more trying to change that, and that's why I decided to step up myself, even though I knew it was going to be an uphill battle for me.
Gotcha. And what would you say you see as like the number one issue in Bozeman, and how would you address it?
Well, I think the number one issue in Bozeman, and this is something I've heard from a lot of people I've talked to, is that the current commission does not take public input into consideration enough. They rubber stamp project after project when neighborhoods overwhelmingly tell the commission that they do not want these developments in their neighborhood. And the commission just continues to ignore the people in these neighborhoods and rubber stamp every project that comes before them.
Gotcha. And how would you plan to address that, for example?
Well, I would continue to encourage more public input, and I would work with the commission to make sure that we're taking those considerations seriously. We have to balance protecting neighborhood character while allowing growth. I don't think growth is the enemy. The problem is poorly managed growth, and so I think we need entirely new commission, and we need a new mayor and deputy mayor who will take public input seriously and make a real effort to balance neighborhood character with growth.
Gotcha. And obviously there's been a lot of, tension and division, not just only in the country, but here in Bozeman. How do you kind of plan to bring everyone together to solve those problems?
I think the answer to that is pretty simple, and that's to focus on practical solutions to the issues that actually matter to the people of Bozeman, which of course is housing and the cost of living and public safety and infrastructure. By just focusing on those on the ground issues and not getting distracted by hyper-partisan issues or policies, that is the easiest way that we bring everyone together.
Gotcha. And is there anything else you want to add, or maybe wanted to tell someone that would be watching this?
Well, I would just like to say that to anyone who's looking for change, anyone who's unhappy with the current commission, I hope that I can earn your vote. And I'm realistic about my chances this cycle, and I promise that if I'm not elected, I will be back next time, and I will be back until I win. And I'll make that commitment to everyone who's still undecided on their vote.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say?
I think that's it.